Trump's reaction has everyone talking. Let's dive into what's really happening. Just last month, luxury travel experts announced that Malaysia beat places like Dubai, Monaco, and the Maldives as the top destination for rich travelers. This news shocked everyone in the travel industry because Malaysia wasn't even in the top 15 luxury destinations 3 years ago. So how did Malaysia climb to the top so fast? It all started with their amazing new resorts. The Langkawi Archipelago Resort Collection opened last year with private islands, where guests stay in glass villas built underwater. Each villa comes with its own AI helper and a marine biologist who takes guests on private tours of the coral reefs. The most expensive villa costs $200,000 for just one night, and you can't even book it until 2027 because the waiting list is so long. Malaysia didn't stop there. In Kuala Lumpur, they built the Crystal Spire, which is now the tallest hotel in the world. This building uses special glass that changes from clear to private when guests want more privacy. No other building in the world has this technology yet. But what really made Malaysia special was their new Heritage Luxury program. Rich travelers can now visit protected rainforests and experience indigenous cultures in ways that were never allowed before. Guests pay huge amounts of money, and part of that money goes to protecting these special places. When Trump heard about Malaysia becoming #1, he immediately posted online, "Just heard Malaysia is now #1 luxury destination. They learned everything from watching how I build. My properties are still the best. Maybe time for Trump Kuala Lumpur. We'll see what happens." This post got over 2 million likes and comments in just a few hours. What's really interesting is how Malaysian officials responded. Instead of getting angry at Trump's claim that they copied him, they actually seemed open to the idea of a Trump property in their country. The tourism minister even said, "We welcome investment from experienced luxury developers who recognize Malaysia's potential." Behind the scenes, things were even more dramatic. People who work closely with Trump said he was actually really upset about Malaysia's success. One person who was in a meeting with Trump said he slammed his fist on the table when he saw the news report. Why was he so mad? Because Malaysia's luxury resorts are now direct competition for his own properties around the world. Most people don't know this, but Trump tried to build a resort in Malaysia years ago. Back in 2016, he almost signed a deal to build a Trump-branded resort in Penang, a beautiful island in Malaysia. The deal fell apart at the last minute. Trump's team said Malaysian developers weren't being fair, but Malaysian sources claimed Trump wanted too much money and control. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Just 3 days after Trump's social media post, he reportedly made several phone calls to top business leaders in Malaysia. A source who works at a major Malaysian development company said Trump personally called their CEO to discuss potential locations for Trump hotels and resorts in the country. Trump's sudden interest in Malaysia has created a huge buzz in the luxury travel world. Hotel bookings in Malaysia jumped 47% in the week after Trump's comments, with many wealthy American travelers suddenly wanting to see what all the fuss was about. Travel agencies specializing in luxury experiences reported their phone lines were completely overwhelmed. One high-end travel consultant in New York said, "We've never seen anything like this." Clients who normally request the French Riviera or Amalfi Coast are suddenly demanding Malaysia itineraries, and they're willing to pay whatever it costs to experience it firsthand. The impact has been so significant that several international airlines have already announced new direct flight routes to Kuala Lumpur and Langkawi from major cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Miami. Private jet bookings to Malaysia have increased by an astonishing 215% in just 3 weeks. Even Malaysian real estate has felt the impact, with luxury property inquiries from foreign investors doubling since the news broke. The Malaysian government is playing this situation very carefully. The Prime Minister hasn't directly responded to Trump, But several government officials have hinted that they're open to foreign investment in their luxury market. One minister said, "Malaysia's doors are open to those who recognize our value, whether they're former presidents or not." Behind closed doors, Malaysia's cabinet held an emergency meeting to discuss the Trump situation. According to a leaked memo from that meeting, officials were split on whether to embrace Trump's interest or maintain distance. The tourism minister reportedly argued that a Trump property would bring in valuable publicity, while others worried about potential political complications. The memo revealed Malaysian intelligence agencies even prepared a detailed report on Trump's business practices in other countries to help inform their decision. What makes this particularly interesting is that just 2 years ago, Malaysia launched a strategic plan called Luxury Malaysia 2030 that specifically aimed to attract ultra-high net worth individuals from around the world. The plan included tax incentives for luxury developers, expedited visa processes for wealthy visitors, and even a special investor citizenship program that allows people to essentially buy Malaysian citizenship if they invest at least $10 million in the country. This program has already attracted over 300 ultra-wealthy individuals, many from China, Russia, and the Middle East. Financial experts say this could be a smart move for both sides. Malaysia could benefit from the publicity that comes with a Trump property, while Trump could gain access to a market that's suddenly the hottest in the world. An analyst from Goldman Sachs estimated that a Trump hotel in Kuala Lumpur could generate over $100 million in revenue in its first year alone. Other luxury destinations aren't sitting quietly while this drama unfolds. Dubai just announced plans for 3 new ultra-luxury resorts, including one with the world's first zero-gravity spa. Singapore is rushing to approve plans for a floating luxury district in the harbour. Even the Maldives is trying to fight back by announcing they'll now allow guests to buy private islands outright, something they've never permitted before. Monaco has rushed to break ground on an ambitious sea extension project that will add 15 acres of ultra-luxury real estate to the tiny principality. Thailand's government has created a billionaire visa program that offers unprecedented tax benefits to ultra-wealthy individuals who spend at least 30 days per year in their luxury properties there. What makes this situation even more complex is the politics involved. Trump has previously criticized several Asian countries for their trade practices, but he's been relatively quiet about Malaysia. Some political analysts think Trump is now using the luxury travel angle as a way to build relationships in a part of the world where he might need allies in the future. The Malaysian luxury boom isn't just about hotels and resorts. The country has also developed exclusive experiences that rich travelers can't get anywhere else. For example, they now offer a Sultan for a day package where guests can stay in a real royal palace and be treated like royalty for 24 hours. This experience costs $500,000, and it's already booked solid for the next 2 years. Another unique offering is their rainforest treasure hunt, where wealthy guests are taken by helicopter into remote parts of the Borneo rainforest to search for rare plants that can be named after them if they find a new species. Scientists go along on these trips, and several new plant species have already been discovered and named after the rich people who found them. These creative luxury experiences are exactly what Trump hotels have tried to offer in other locations, which might explain why Trump feels threatened by Malaysia's success. A former Trump hotel executive, who now works as a consultant, said, "Trump always wants his properties to have experiences no one else offers. Now Malaysia is beating him at his own game." The luxury offerings extend beyond just experiences. Malaysia has embraced cutting-edge technology in ways that even Trump's properties haven't matched. The Street Regis Kuala Lumpur recently unveiled rooms with molecular air purification systems originally developed for space stations. The Datai Langkawi now offers the world's first personalized wellness program that uses quantum computing to analyze guests' biodata and create completely individualized health protocols during their stay. Security for ultra-wealthy visitors has also been revolutionized. Malaysia has established a specialized luxury security division within their police force, with officers who undergo training in Switzerland and Israel. These officers are assigned exclusively to luxury resorts and high-net-worth visitors. For an additional fee, guests can request security teams with military special forces background who use the same protocols that protect heads of state. Transportation within Malaysia has been completely reimagined for luxury travelers. The country now offers the Royal Skies program, a fleet of 20 helicopters and 5 private jets reserved exclusively for guests of luxury resorts to travel.
This could have been an ad.
But Okta bought this space, so you can just keep watching, because Okta
Travel between destinations. These aircraft feature interiors designed by fashion icons and offer in-flight services that rival the best restaurants in the world. One American billionaire who recently visited described it as like having your own private air force. The timing of all this couldn't be more interesting. Trump's hotel business has been looking to expand in Asia, but they struggled to find the right opportunities. Malaysia's sudden rise as a luxury destination provides a perfect opening, but it also means Trump would be entering a market where expectations are incredibly high. Industry experts are divided on whether a Trump property in Malaysia would succeed. Some point out that the Trump brand still attracts wealthy travelers who want to experience his signature gold-plated luxury style. Others argue that Malaysia's luxury market has evolved beyond that aesthetic, focusing more on unique experiences and cultural authenticity than on flashy design. The environmental implications of Malaysia's luxury boom are also significant. The country has taken an unusual approach by pairing extreme luxury with conservation efforts. For every new luxury resort built, developers must commit to protecting at least 100 acres of rainforest or marine habitat. They've also implemented a luxury tax, where 5% of all revenue from ultra-luxury experiences goes directly to environmental protection and local community development. This strategy has received praise from unexpected quarters. Several prominent environmental organizations have cautiously supported Malaysia's approach, noting that it creates financial incentives to preserve natural areas rather than exploit them. One conservation expert said, "While mass tourism often damages ecosystems, this ultra-luxury model actually funds protection efforts at unprecedented levels." Trump's business team is reportedly studying this conservation requirement closely. Sources say they're exploring options for a Trump-branded eco-luxury resort that would showcase sustainable building practices while maintaining the opulent amenities Trump properties are known for. This would represent a significant departure from Trump's typical development approach and could signal a new direction for his brand. Malaysia's luxury transformation hasn't been without controversy, however. Some local activists have criticized the government for catering to the ultra-wealthy, while ordinary Malaysians struggle with rising living costs. Street protests occurred in Kuala Lumpur last month, with demonstrators holding signs reading "Malaysia for Malaysians, not billionaires." The government has responded by highlighting job creation and pointing to infrastructure improvements funded by luxury tourism revenues. The international diplomatic community is watching this situation with great interest. Trump maintains significant political influence, and his business ventures often blend with political relationships. Several diplomats have privately expressed concern about the potential for conflicts of interest if Trump pursues major business deals in Malaysia, while potentially preparing for another presidential run. Meanwhile, luxury hospitality brands are scrambling to establish or expand their presence in Malaysia before Trump potentially enters the market. Four Seasons just announced plans for 3 new Malaysian properties, while Aman Resorts is reportedly in talks for an unprecedented floating resort off the coast of Langkawi. Industry insiders describe it as a luxury land grab, with companies racing to secure prime locations. Whatever happens next, One thing is clear. Malaysia's new status as the world's top luxury destination has created waves throughout the travel industry and even reached the social media accounts of former presidents. The country that was once known mainly for its street food and affordable travel has transformed itself into a playground for the ultra-rich, and the world, including Donald Trump, is definitely paying attention. Celebrity interest has further fueled Malaysia's rise, with A-list stars now choosing it over traditional hotspots like street tropes or Ibiza. Just last month, paparazzi photos surfaced showing 3 major Hollywood stars arriving at Langkawi's private airport within the same week. Their social media posts from Malaysian luxury resorts generated millions of views and further cemented the country's new status. The Malaysian luxury boom is also creating a new generation of hospitality professionals. The government has partnered with Swiss hotel schools to open the Malaysian Institute of Luxury Hospitality, which trains local students in the ultra-specific skills needed to serve the world's most demanding guests. The institute received over 10,000 applications for just 300 spots in its first year. As this story continues to develop, the big question remains: will we soon see a Trump Tower in Kuala Lumpur? And if so, how will it compare to the incredible luxury experiences Malaysia already offers? Trump's representatives have scheduled meetings with Malaysian officials next month, suggesting that concrete plans may be in the works. Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure: the luxury travel world will be watching closely as this unexpected story unfolds.